हरि ओम। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीं अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। Bhagavad Gita, a conversation with God daily. Today, chapter 9, shloka number 25. Yanti devavrata devan pitrunyanti pitruvrataha bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti madhyajinopi mam. Yesterday, we saw that those who worship other gods or others out of ignorance, when all worship ultimately reaches only me, and when I am the one who can actually give everything, still people worship others and not me, the Supreme Brahman. And those who worship like that, they actually fall. They are born again on this earth. We saw yesterday. And actually, let's see one small example. There is an office. In that office, in that company, you have the owner of the company, then you have a manager, you have clerk, you have watchman, you have some salesmen, so many people who hold different posts in that office. And a person who wants to get some work done for him in that office, if it is concerned with the job of a clerk, then he'll go and try to please the clerk and get his work done. And some, if it is in the managerial level, they will try to please that manager and they get their job done. And others, just for entering into the office, they please the watchman and they enter the office. But if you are going to please the owner himself, then all these works can be done. If the owner says, then the watchman will have to allow a person, whether he likes the person or not. If it is the owner's order, then he'll have to allow him inside. Similarly, any job, the clerk will have to do it if it is actually ordered by the owner of the company. The same holds good for the manager also. So, the other gods are all like those who are working in a company. They are all working under that Supreme Brahman. They hold various positions for the functioning of this entire universe. But the owner of the entire company is that Supreme Brahman. So if you are going to worship that Supreme Brahman, then you can get everything done. He can bless you with anything. But the other devas or the others, they can actually grant you only what is under their control, whatever is under their department. So, ignorant of this, people worship other gods and they attain smaller gains, ephemeral results. And now in this shloka, he says, where do they go actually? Those who worship sincerely other gods. What happens to them? Yanti Devavrata Devan. Those who worship the Devas, the Ashtavasus, Ekadasha, Rudra, Dwadasha, Adityaha, those who worship these Devas, the Indradi Devas, they attain the Devaloka, they attain the Devas. And those who actually worship the Pitrus, they are very much sincere in doing the ceremonies for their forefathers. They think the forefathers of my family are God to me. So the Shraddha ceremony and all that, they do it with much interest and sincerity. Such people, they attain the Pitrus. And those who actually worship the Bhutas, Bhuta and Pisasas, such evil spirits, they attain those evil spirits. And those who worship me, they attain me, they come to me. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktyupahritam ashnami prayatatmanaha. This shloka actually says how easy it is to please God. Not just that you attain eternal results. You attain something that you can never lose thereafter. And not just that you attain the best results, but the way to attain it. The path is also very easy. It is very easy to worship that Supreme God. It is very easy to worship me, says Krishna. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. If anyone who offers me a small leaf, one tulasi dala, one leaf of tulasi, or any flower, just pluck one flower from your garden and offer it to Krishna. One flower, or any one fruit, just a few kismis, dried grapes, 4 or 5, that's all, you offer them to God. Or one spoon of water, I am happy. I accept that. But it must be offered with devotion. Bhakti upahritam, it must be offered with devotion. And prayatatmanaha, by a pure mind, with a pure mind. So, God does not see what you offer, but He sees with what feeling you offer. with a pure heart, with devotion, with love, if you are going to give him anything, he will happily accept it. But if you are going to give him great things, you perform a very big function, a big saptaha, but what you are feeling is so much arrogance. Who can conduct a saptaha like me? And you are just spending so much money, lots of money, so lavishly you spend, but not an iota of sincerity in whatever you are doing. God is not happy with that. You just offer vessels and vessels of Naivedya. No, God is not happy. You just offer him simple things, but with pure devotion. That is what pleases him. There was a Brahmin called Vishnu Chitta, not our Periyalvar. This Vishnu Chitta, he actually daily used to go to Ananta Padmanabha Swami temple and perform archana for the god. One day he had taken nice fresh green tulasi leaves and archana was performed for God. And just as it got over, the king came there. And that day, he actually offered 1008 gold flowers for doing Sahasranama for the Lord. And he came there, he saw the tulasi leaves at the feet of God. And he said, what is this? These tulasi leaves, take them off. Do archana with these golden flowers. And the priest performed the archana. This Vishnu Chitta, he went home, he cried. I am a poor Brahmin. I cannot afford to offer you flowers made of gold. Whatever I get, with that I perform my worship. And even that, today, actually, it was stopped. I was prevented from even doing that. Oh Lord, are you not pleased with me? What do you think this poor Brahmin can offer you? What do you want me to do hereafter? That very night, the Lord appeared in the dream of the king and he showed his feet. His feet, actually, there were red marks here and there. Oh, what is this? Why such rashes on your skin? Who performed this? Such apachara. Who did this? And the Lord just sternly looked at the king. Immediately the king realized his golden flowers, when they were offered at the feet of the Lord, they actually caused those rashes on the skin. So the Lord said, the fresh green, cool tulasi leaves offered by Vishnu Chitta is more pleasing to me than the golden flowers that you offered. The next day, the king went to Vishnu Chitta and asked for forgiveness. So, it doesn't matter what you offer, but what matters is with what feeling you offer. The feeling with which you offer, that matters. Devotion, love, sincerity, that matters. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati. Those who offer me with devotion, I actually accept that. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yad juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Yat karoshi yadashnasi. So, Arjuna, whatever you do, offer it to me. Whether it be normal mundane activities like eating, sleeping, offer it to me. Everything offer to me and then eat. Eat as prasada. Yet juhoshi, or whether it be some Vedic ritual like performing yajnas, do it as an offering to me. Yet dadasi, or if you are going to offer something in charity, you are giving some donation somewhere, you are offering some clothes to some home, whatever you do it as an offering to me. Yet tapasyasi, if you are going to perform some tapas, you are doing some parayana, you are doing daily nama japa, you are doing some upavasa, whatever it be, do it as an offering to me. Shubha shubha palairevam mokshyase karma bandhanaihi sannyasa yoga yuktatma vimukto mam upaishyasi. And if you are going to perform all actions like that, then shubha shubha palaihi, whatever be the results of the action, whether they are desirable results or whether they are undesirable results, whatever, they actually don't get attached to you. Those karma phala, you are totally free from them. Sannyasa yoga yukta atma. When you are going to offer all the results of your action to me, then it means you actually don't desire for the results. Okay, I don't need anything from what I am doing. Whatever be the result, I am offering to God. So you are able to actually give up the results of the action. You are able to sacrifice. That is sannyasa. And because you are sacrificing it to God, you are giving it up to God, it becomes karma yoga. So sannyasa yoga yuktatma, one who does his actions with renunciation and as karma yoga, he is freed from all his karmas and he finally attains me. He comes to me, says Krishna. We'll stop with this for today. We'll continue tomorrow. Hare